I want to talk about this book by Bryce Pritchard. It's called Pritchard or Pritchett? Pritchett. I pronounced it wrong. It's called U Squared, and it talks about like the environment that allows you to have a quantum leap. And in the very beginning, he's sitting down at a restaurant. This is a real thing that happened to him, and he's looking at this fly and just seeing it bash against the glass over and over and over. And he looks over, and like 5 feet away is this door that's open, and the fly can achieve that little fly dreams and fly out and be free. But it's not in its awareness. It's trying to do the same thing over and over and over. It's trying to work harder for the solution instead of changing the approach. And it reminds me in my life, learning Spanish, which I'm still learning, but I had in my awareness where I started to just kind of like check the box. I was doing the activity of learning Spanish, but I wasn't like giving my presence to it, you know, kind of like showing up for a class and not being there, right? So, except it was my class and I got to choose when, and it is something that I wanted. And that's what we're talking about with this. I can even think of one client who discounted a way of growing their business because they're like, yeah, I already tried that before, it doesn't work. And it's like, it does work, but are you working it is the real question. That takes a certain level of honesty. So where in your world do you see yourself being that fly, bashing your head into the glass over and over and over? And like, how can you change that approach? One thing that really helped me, right now on Facebook, I have a bit of a following. YouTube is new to me, and that's where I promote my business. So I set up this target for Black Friday, and I connected to my vision, connected to that version of me in the future. Have a clear image of that, connected to that energy, and then from there, mapped out what I wanted that launch to look like, what I wanted that Black Friday launch to look like, and mapped out how to achieve that. And the beauty of that structure, of that plan, is after that happened, so many things occurred. I actually went through a breakup, and it was highly emotional. And there was, I'm taking care of my dad, and there was some emotions with that as well. He has dementias. What did I say? He has Alzheimer's. Dementia is what I was trying to say that he had. I don't know if I said that he had dementors. I don't think he has dementors, but who knows? So, I lost my train of thought. So, we're back. That container was so useful because it takes away the idea of you just having to like rely on you being optimal all the time, which is an unrealistic expectation. So during that Black Friday launch, I could just lean on the plan. I could lean on what it was that I knew was going to work, what created success from that higher vision, and it helped bring me to that energy while going through that. If I think of another past client, I can think of, we were having success. She even hit her first $10,000 month with me in her coaching business. And then it kind of drifted down again. And the takeaway that I learned from that is, if you don't have a plan, when you have the success, it's very hard to replicate. Where if you plan out what you're doing and then it works, now you have a roadmap to that. You know what it feels like, you know what it looks like, you know what actions to take to make that happen. And I'm not only talking about a business here, but this can be in your own life as well. There's this like, I say this to my clients so often, if we actually have a container for what we're doing, then there's a plate. I told you I was going through a bit of a rough patch, so bear with. when you have that container, it gives a place for the energy to land, as opposed to it just being scattered and all over the place. And then when we have that place for the energy to land, it's so much easier to get those intuitive insights and to even deviate a little bit from the plan, because you have that container for the energy to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and for you to lean into that and feel intuitively some small adjustments. So highly recommend this book. It takes like, I think it's like 45 minutes to read. It's super, super short. And it really helps with just like, what environment are you in, and is it conducive to a quantum leap? Actually, that makes me want to talk about uncertainty, because that's where quantum leaps live. Because let's define uncertainty. What is uncertainty? Doing something in a way that we haven't done it before. That's what creates uncertainty. And what is a quantum leap? Doing something in a way that we haven't done before that leads to results that we haven't seen before. So I'll close it on that. Thank you. I really love you. I really do. It's so fun to be just like on YouTube and starting this journey. So you watching this right now when YouTube is at the infancy stage, I appreciate you so, so much. And I love you deeply. Thank you.